Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the next packet tracer activity of EtherChannel, where we try to implement EtherChannel from scratch. That means we create our own topology according to the given instructions and then configure EtherChannel using both the protocols PAgP and LACP. The packet tracer activity which I want you guys to download and work on is 6.4.1. So let's get going. So this is the look that we have once we open the PT activity. It's a clean canvas. So let me show you what is to be done here. So read the instructions carefully and create your network here. Okay, fine. There are two objectives where you need to try to build the network and then configure the EtherChannel for the given network. Okay. So use build the network, use the table below to build the switch topology. There is a table given here. There are 3 port channels that needs to be considered. Configured, and there are 3 switches. Okay, so click the network devices icon in the bottom toolbar and click the switches entry in the submenu. Okay, so this is your currently we are under the network part. Let me click on switches and it is asking me click the switches entry in the submenu. That's what I did. This is here, it is located here. This is switch, this is router, and locate the 2960 switch icon, drag it onto the topology area, and we need to have 3 switches. So, and you arrange them in such a way that you can work by clicking and connecting them and dragging them. Okay, so let me drag the 2960 switch 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the devices have default names that you need to change. You name the devices SWA, SWB, and SWC. Okay, so let me do this. I can just click on it here and SWA. You need to give the exact name that is given in your instructions. You cannot change it. So SWA, enter. Here SWB, enter, and SWC, enter. So I changed the 3 names of the switches that I just drag drop down there. Click the device display name. That's what we just did. Repeat until all devices are named. So we renamed all the devices. Okay. Now connect the devices. Click the orange lightning bolt connections icon in the bottom toolbar. Yes, this is the bottom toolbar. I clicked on it, and you can have the different types of connections over here. Now in this, locate the Ethernet straight through cable. This is the one, the solid black line one is the Ethernet straight through cable, and click on that. Once I click on that, I need to make the connections according to the table here. So first let us connect SWA to SWB. You can see here Z0 by 1 of A to Z0 by 1 of B. And another cable goes from Z0 by 2 of A to Z0 by 2 of switch B. So I've connected the cable. Let me click on switch A, Z0 by 1, port 2, switch B, Z0 by 1 port. So one connection is made, but we need 2 connections. So once again, let me click on the black cable, click on switch A, select Z0 by 2 port, drag it, come here, click on Z0 by 2 port. So one connection is made. So there are 2 still remaining. There are 2 connections that are still remaining that we need to make. So let me take the cable again. And if you see here, switch A to C. So between these 2 connectivity, I need to make from F21 to 21 to 21 and 22 to 22 fast Ethernet ports. So let me select the cable again. So first, let me click on fast Ethernet 21 to switch C. Let me click on this and 21. And let me do the same thing for the other port also, 22 to 22. Okay, this is done. Now switch B to switch C. You have to make sure that you connect these lines to the absolute ports given here only. You cannot connect to any type of port that you want. You have to exactly match the port number given in this table. Unless you do that, your marking will not be shown as complete as 100%. You have to do that pretty precisely. Okay, so on switch B to switch C. So let me select this switch B, F23 to 23. So 23, here is 23. If you did a mistake, click the delete button and you can remove these things and you can redo them again. If you mistakenly have connected to something else, to some other port. So the other one is 24. So click here, 24, come here, 24. So this is the topology that it has asked me to build. You can track these things also. So if you want to, you can move these things also, no issues. Now, configure EtherChannel on each switch. Configure the ports that will be used in the port channels as static trunk ports. Okay, that's expected. So on all the 3 switches, what we need to do is we need to give these ports as trunk ports. Let me start with switch A. Okay, so let me start with switch A. Click on switch A. What are the ports that I'm going to use on switch A here? Enable configure terminal. You can do the host name also, host name if you want. SRWE. Okay, so interface range Z0 by 1 to 2. Yeah, this is in switch A. Once again, there is another one here, F0 21 to 22. So comma F0 by 21 to 22. So these are the ports on switch A that are used for EtherChannel connections. So I need to make them as switch port mode trunk. This is what I need to do. I need to do similarly for the remaining switches also on switch B as well. Switch B, enter, enable, configure terminal, host name SRWE, enter. Now for that, what I need to do is switch B. There are two, once again, the interface ports, interface range Z0 by 1 to 2, comma, the other one is this 23 to 24, F0 by 23 to 24, enter, switch port mode trunk. So I gave them up, and let me do for switch C also. Switch C. Okay, switch C, then enter, enable, configure terminal, host name as WC, then interface range. Switch C is 21, 22, 23, 24. I can use directly 0 by 21 to 24. You can see it here, 21 to 24, enter. Switch port mode trunk. Okay, so that's it, done. Switch port mode trunk. I gave all the ports that are involved in 3 switches for ether channels as trunk ports. Done. Now step 1, configure a PAgP ether channel between SWA and SWB. So this is what we need to do first. Okay, so let me start with SWA. Click on SWA, go here, the same thing, interface range Z0 by 1 to 2. The first step that we need to do when configuring ether channel is first you need to shut down those ports, shut down, and after that channel group, the identifier given is 1 here. If you can see, the identifier given is 1. See here, 1. So channel group 1, and it is PAgP. So mode, what do you need to do? You can see here, follow the procedure. Activities to configure port channel 1 as PAgP ether channel. Both sides should negotiate the ether channel. That means I'll put it as desirable. Now, if I put both the sides as desirable, then they will actively negotiate PAgP and they can configure the ether channel. So I'm putting it as mode desirable. Okay. Then I created the port channel 1. Okay, that is done on SWA. Let me do the same thing on SWB. Okay, go for SWB. Click here, interface range Z0 by 1 to 2. And I think I forgot one thing on the switch A. After I created it, I need to no shutdown. And then on switch B, interface range is entered. Interface range Z0 by 1 to 2, enter, shutdown, enter, channel group 1 mode desirable, because I am talking about PAgP here. Okay, mode desirable, enter, no shutdown. Okay, that is done. One is done. Right, then you can need to do the next thing is configure an LACP ether channel that is between SWA and SWC, this particularly. So let me do it start from SWA, enter. So what is the range here? Interface range F0 by 21 to 22. Thing is shut it down and then give it as channel group What is the identifier? To mode, because now I'm talking about LACP, both negotiate. I am putting it as active because it is given as here as both should negotiate, right? So I'm putting it as active. Both sides should have active mode of LACP set. Okay, done. And then no shutdown. Done. Let me do the same for SWC. Okay, so interface range F0 by 21 to 22. Enter. Shutdown channel group to mode active. Okay, enter. And no shutdown. Once you create the channel, you need to put it as no shutdown. So this is also done. And the last thing remaining is the backup ether channel. So configure port 3 channel as an LACP channel between SWB and SWC. Okay, in this case, SWC initiates negotiation with SWB. SWB does not initiate negotiation with the channel. If you remember the module video correctly, if you use LACP, there are 3 modes: LACP on, LACP active, and LACP passive. So if you put it passive on one side and active on other side, both will negotiate and will create an ether channel. So in this case, SW does not initiate negotiation of the channel. So while creating this ether channel on SWB, I need to mention the mode as passive, because once we put it the other side as passive, I need to put SWC in the active mode. Only then SWB and SWC will have the port channel 3 configured. If I put both sides as passive, the ether channel will not be configured. Okay, so for that, let me start from SWB. Okay, what is the interface range? Interface range F0 by 23 to 24. Enter. Shut that down first. So channel group 3 mode passive. Okay, because I'm talking about SWB, clearly said that SWB does not negotiate the initiation, does not initiate negotiation of the channel. So passive. Enter. No shutdown. Let me do the same thing for SWC. Okay, so interface range F0 by 23 to 24. Enter. Shut it down. Channel group 3 mode. Because I put it as passive, I should mention it as active now, otherwise it won't do it. Mode active. Okay, and then no shutdown. So these are the steps. Here you can see I got completion as 100%. I can fast forward this activity so that there you go. You can fast forward this activity. You can see it. So this is how it is being done. So this is pretty simple packet tracer activity. The thing is here, you need to understand why we implement ether channel, how we implement, and what are the main advantages of going for ether channel. Because STP and ether channel both give you that redundancy in a network, while trying to limit the chance of a layer 2 loop happening, and at the same time increasing the bandwidth available. So network administrators tend to use these two technologies together, STP and ether channel. And ether channel is actually performed using these two protocols, PAgP and LACP. Hopefully you got good expertise. You hopefully get good expertise by doing the packet tracer activities by yourself. So thank you very much and good luck all of you.